Good morning, friends. This is She's At It Again. I'm Tanya, and today I want to show you a little bit of a spin on what we all love, grilled cheese sandwich, but this is called grown-up grilled cheese, and I think you're going to like it. First of all, there will be a short clip of adding the ingredients together in a bowl. Not a lot of verbiage going on. We're going to try and put some music in the background because we got dogs barking, dryers going, everything else. So we'll try to cover that up with some good music so it'll be enjoyable for you to watch. Then after that, I'll show you how to cook them in the skillet. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are over at the stovetop, and I'm turning my burner on my skillet. I had it on just a bit while ago, and I decided to wait until my sourdough came out of the oven. So it's out of the oven, so we shouldn't have too many other distractions other than my washing machine going in the background. It'll be playing a little song in a minute, but just ignore that. So we have our skillet turned on. Let's turn it on about medium heat. We don't want to burn it on the outside without the inside getting good and hot and melty, because that's the whole purpose of this grilled cheese. It's so creamy and melty. So what I did before I turned the camera on is I used my fancy butter. I call it my fancy butter. It's my Irish butter, and I keep it in this container in the fridge, and I let it soften for a bit. And I have a piece of my homemade sourdough, and I just cut it in half. So I spread the butter on the sides of it. And now we're going to take this is actually how much of this I have left. I want you to see this. So what happened the other day was I started this video, and then we had guests over, and I made this big loaf of French bread and made these grown-up grilled cheese, and I got to looking at the video later on, and I went, I forgot to video the part about actually grilling the grilled cheese. Thank goodness I had a bit of this left. So we're gonna finish videoing the rest of it. So take your unbuttered side of your bread, and you're probably gonna make a mess on your hands, and that's okay. Spread this on, and you wanna get it kind of thick. Make sure I have this in the camera view. Be generous with this, but not so much so on the edges, because you don't want it sticking to your skillet, because it will kind of ooze out. But you know that cream cheese in there is my kryptonite, and I almost can't resist it. Every opportunity I have to throw some cream cheese in something, I'm going to. So I don't know if it's part of getting old or just part of loving cream cheese. So let's make sure I've got my skillet in view, and you can see it pretty good. All right, the skillet's pretty hot. Almost put that cheese side down. Did y'all see that? Holy mackerel, keeping it real. All right, got our other side on it, and we're gonna put the buttered side, not the cheese side, but the buttered side on that hot skillet. Good land of living. All right, let me turn my camera this way just a bit so we'll get more of the skillet and not so much of the cutting board anymore, because we don't need the cutting board. And keep your little spatula or whatever you have on hand. Now you'll be able to hear this when it starts sizzling, and you'll know it's time to turn it over. But a lot of times I'll get my big ceramic griddle if I have a lot of guests coming, and I'll put it out on my kitchen island, and I'll just have them lined up. I've had as many as 12 of these grilled cheese going at one time, and you just kind of like a factory, you just flip them over at the same time. When those are done, you flip those over, you add more to it. So we got kind of the assembly line going here. But today we're just doing one, just for demonstration's sake. I can see it sizzling and the butter bubbling on the lower edge of that. I don't know if you can see it from that. Yep, I think you can. I have a friend who does an immense amount of catering, and when I turned her onto these and she discovered how good they were, she started telling her clients, especially for weddings and fancy events like that. And even though you have this big fancy wedding, people really love grilled cheese sandwiches, and when they try these, they just can't get enough of them. So what she'll do is she will serve grown-up grilled cheese at the wedding reception as a caterer, and then alongside that will be like mushroom tomato bisque or some kind of soup or chili or something to go alongside it. And the guests just love it because they're used to sitting down to a fancy dinner of some dry meat and some just generic vegetables and some hard store-bought rolls or something like that. But when they see those grilled cheese, they get pretty excited. So just know, if you serve these to guests, they're going to be excited. And I hope you do, because it's one thing to enjoy food yourself, but to share it with others, it just gets me going, and I hope it does you too. Gets my adrenaline going. But then when I hate it, I'm like, man, it's too bad y'all can't ever come over again. Nah, we re-invite people over who don't necessarily like everything I serve. It's okay. We give them several tries. Then we fire them if they don't like anything. All right, we'll let that brown up on the other side. Okay, I guess you get the gist of that. That is super creamy and cheesy. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope you try this. Let me know what you think. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.